frosty and yet a sunny evening in the early new year. John McGrath of Coolaclarrig is tackling the horses, which will soon be dressed to do battle with the good earth and to let the rich land lie in state to await its resurrection in the springtime when the wheat seeds will come to their miraculous ripening. Different today from the old days when the land was barren.
Before you start away, don't feed him on soft turnips, take him down to your green lawn, and then you might be able for to plough the rocks of Bonn.
I turn the lea green down gaily now, and paint the meadow brown with my plough. I dream with silvery gull and brazen crow, a thing that is beautiful, that all may know. Tranquility walks with me, and no care. Oh, the quiet ecstasy like a prayer. I find a star lovely art in a dark sod, a joy that is timeless, oh, heart that knows God. And there it is, the virgin earth screaming before the irresistible rape of the plough, or indeed like the prow of a marauding ship cleaving to the ocean billows. Sunset and silence, a man, around him earth savage, earth broken, beside him two horses, a plough, earth savage, earth broken. I will go with my father a-ploughing to the green field by the sea, and the rooks and the crows and the seagulls will come flocking after me. I will sing to the patient horses with a lark in the white of the air, and my father will sing the plough song that blesses the cleaving share. Now, leave the check reins slack, the seed is flying far today, the seed like stars against the black eternity of April clay. High on an oak sat a jolly old crow, he chatted away with glee, with glee. He saw the old farmer going out to sow, and he cried, "'Tis all for me, for me." Jim Toomey is going out to sow, but it isn't for the crows. "I'll do my own crowing," says Jim. And there he is digging away, preparing his boggy haggard and drumming. He digs and stirs and sifts the soil with a four-pronger, blood brother of the trusty pikes that shone in battle for the gallant men of '98. Down by the surging river that dark mass of men were seen, and high above their flashing weapons hung their own beloved green. That to every foe and traitor forward strike the marching tune, for the pikes must be together at the rising of the moon. Igolavo on Chrysorge Inishige, the Sugan, that'll be like a monastic girdle about his waist, medieval, and the seed in the bucket. Jim sets right for thatching, just enough to cover the roof that will nestle on his shelter of rafters. There he's scattering it out, like a gambler who is free with his change. In some parts of Ireland, the people favour the wheat straw for thatching, but the old thatcher will always swear by the rye straw. As Jim Toomey said, "The rye straw has long tough stems that form a defence as tough as the Kerryford backline by." The Sally tree, sacred to poets and the sweetheart of spring. The Sally buds are peeping out like nosy neighbours through their keyholes to see if spring, the first lady of the seasons, is on her way. The primroses of the Bonnybor Blocht winking there. A pretty princess once milked a cow in Holy Island, and the milk drops that fell upon the ground were turned into flowers, and were thereafter called Bonnybor Blocht. The gay garden that is childhood's, three little girls running to admire their blossoming relations, and the god of imagination makes them angels for a day. Wouldn't it be nice to think that life holds no future and no past but this? It was all on an April evening. April airs were abroad, and the sheep with their little lambs passed me by on the road. The children of God and the Lamb of God are always in mystical union under the auspices of the Good Shepherd, unseen by the eyes but known by the heart. The Lord is my shepherd, said the lamb. I shall not want. He teaches me to lie down in green pastures. Golden stockings you had on in the meadow where you ran, and your little knees together bobbed like pippins in the weather, when the breezes rush and fight for those dimples of the light, and they dance from the pursuit, and the leaf looks like a fruit. I have many a sight in mind that would last if I were blind, many verses I could write that would bring me many a sight. Now I only see but one, see you running in the sun, and gold dust coming up from the trampled buttercup. I speak not for one, but for the children of the many townlands, blossoms of the bogland, flowers of the valley, who know not yesterday nor tomorrow, and are happy, the pride of those who have begot them. The lamb shall lie down with the lion, says the good book, and the sword shall be turned into the ploughshare. And the lamb with the heart of a child shall become one with the child, in the arms of a child. All day long the young lambs bleating stand for covering where the scant grass is under the grey wall, or seeking softer shelter under tattered fleeces, nuzzle the warm mothers of their mothers. At Spiach Atina, Oilnach Driachtan Furtig, the winds of the ancient forest, the golden gateway to the bog. All year round the wind can show a blossom or two, but it's in full bloom now, as if the small yolk stain from all the birds' eggs in all the nests of the springtime were spilled and hung everywhere on bushes to ripen. Jim Toomey, in silent soliloquy, amid the peat of the Graffa bog, where the Canavan white waves her flag of dawn. Away in the long distance is the purple heather, the name God gave to the bogland brown. Jim might have grown out of the bog, he is so much a part of it, as tuned to its moods as he is accustomed to its strange silences. A thinking man, ever hankering after perfections in what he does, he likes to be on his lonesome. So, this hermit of the heather is now a cutting of the turf by himself. Vi sé rivan éiner, ma de hana éiner leis, no girian bert boher, ag litan shanachas, ober an furtig. I cut the turf all on my own, not being bothered by some Amadan. I sink down my slan and I lift up a wet brick, and over it goes with a neat little flick. One day a fellow said to Jim, "You want a hand?" "A hand is it? 'Tisn't a hand you'd be at all by, but a handicap." And there he is, with that face that seems to echo out of that soil. The sods with their baked crusts would nearly pass for baker's pan loaves, scooped as they are from the great steaming oven of the bog. But to Jim Toomey they're an army, Jim's army. Come on, you sods, get a move on. The sods, like privates, have their bivouac. In another time, another place, they will come under fire in the trenches of our fireplaces during the long, long battle of the season after Christmas. The battle that General Winter always wins, as indeed Napoleon and Mr. Hitler found out. Jim knew the bog long before he knew its name. They were in love with each other before they were introduced. His life is bounded by the bog. He knows little of the outside world, but he does know that beautiful, beautiful God is breathing his love by a cutaway bog. On her way to milking, Cathy Mack, Jim's wife, may well be remembering the two sweetest musics in Ireland, the lowing of a cow in the evening and the slender stream siphoning into a pail. A quiet store, may your tea be never short of colouring. Ile na gile the chunirker shlee and whiteness, O brightness of brightness, I see your miracle of light. June, bridesmaid of the sun, and Pat Walsh of Kilgarvan, by force of circumstances, faithful bridegroom to his farm. Are you all right there with the horse, Pat? You're a gambol, by gambol. No worry, Tall, no. He talks to the horse as he would to a brother. Steady, steady, widow, hold up. You're hold up there, girl, quiet, quiet. That's it, no. Are you sure all right, Pat? I'm fine, fine. And the daisies, a dairy of daisies. No needy mooranish, bright swaths falling like the angels of Lucifer out of their heaven into the common earth, or to come down. There was a great tradition of horsemanship in the Welsh family for many years, even up to the present day. a respect, because the horse was an extension of the family, as much the breadwinner as the Pharisee himself. For Pat, high yields are vital to the economy of his farm in order to meet the cost of high stocking rates. Pat is on his own now, except for his Uncle Paddy, who can make deft use of the edge with his nifty right and his nimble left hand, what the townies call ambidextrous, but what the country people simply call handy out by. Like all the king's horses and all the king's men, they all fall down, the Humpty Dumptys of the meadow. Oh, there's a bumper crop this year, enough to fill every barn in the wide realm of Munster. And indeed, these are wide and windy and rich acres. Now he's clearing back the hay from the bar. And there is Pat, lording it over all in the chariot of the meadows. Ah, yes, changing times. This is the last year that Pat will be able to cope with hay saving by the use of horsepower. The tractor is coming in its place. Getting up early promises well. Ass and car and tank and man, this milky circus on the road induces thoughts of a sleeping world and a waking God. This hour has something sacred. The bells have a ringing tune, but now I am content to watch the day begin to bloom. Over the wooden bridge they know so well, a dulga sa sul go the anoxulin. You might say to him, "Is that milk fresh, my friend?" And he'd answer you, "Fresh? You're a byborn. It was grass a couple of hours ago." The faithful brown horse, ruthlessly relegated now to the substitute bench, idly watches the upstart tractor, that Johnny-jump-up of the new-fangled mobile notions, the mechanical bucko that was never fitted for shoes by the smith in the forge. They say that the horse is man's best friend, but you'd wonder now, wouldn't you? Was the man ever the horse's best friend? Mare couple agus your fair, the year of fuss a kite. The creamery, the rural reservoir into which flows the stream of a whole community's life, the poor parliament of the small farmer, where every humble voice was listened to and every great need attended to. The big tanker, the real villain of the heavy brigade, the hefty thug with the two metal bellies, that rapacious robot of a road tanker. No class, no background. I wouldn't give a fiddlestick for them.
She passed the sunny garden